Okay, no problem.
Trying to put my stuff together here.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
Good, good.
Okay.
Okay.
I am ready.
All right. I have us at the page at page Kuf Yud Gimel on the bottom of the right column.
Yes. I'm in the same
Okay,
place.
let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. V'chein b'tzeis or habino kol mishiva achronos v'nichnas b'kli shelo. And when the light of Bina, so again, just catch ourselves up, we said that when the Aris of Nikudim, they went into the Kli of Keser, and the Kli of Keser was able to hold all of them, so nothing really happened. Then afterwards, in the Keser, in the Kli of Keser, there were all 10 Aris. Then 9 of them left. The Ur of Keser stayed. 9 of them left. And they went into the Ar HaChachma, and there were 8 other, again, the Aris of Bina and all those other ones were also there as well. Then the Ar of Bina, so we're up to here that the Ar of Bina, Kol Mishava Achrenes, which has the 7 lower Aris in it, V'nichnas b'Kli Shelo, went into the Kli of Bina, HaKelim Shalahem Ha'yochelim Lisbo V'loi Nishbru. The Kalim of both Chachma and Bina were able to hold the whole package of Aris together, and they did not break. Because they're all not considered so special as when it comes to the value of Abba and Ima.
Relatively.
Relatively. Okay. Kedimian, and for example, an example of this would be Habanim Shebetchila Emdim Kulam B'Mayach Abiyam B'Sei Tibas Mayach. That the child is, before he's born or before he's conceived, he's in the brain of the father. And also when they go to the mother, even after they're conceived, but they're still in the mother's stomach, they're able to be there, and she could hold them. And I don't know what that last line means.
Hein bechinas tikun b'shlosh rishonos. That's the gar, the chachma bina das. V'lo nishbro klal, and they didn't break at all. Nothing happened to them.
Okay. Kishem shekli hakeser v'achachma yachloi lisbol es ha'eres shenichnasu bohem. Just like, so now the Teves is explaining, just like the Kli of Keser and Chachma were able to hold the Aris within them, Kain al derech zeh kasher yatza Ur Habina mitech HaChachma, hayu sha'ar hashiva Aris shetachta kulim ubetelim bay. That they were able to stay within the Kli of Bina. V'afal pishav mei Habina, in the stomach, so to speak, in the belly of Bina, Habanim nimtzam b'payel, that they're actually there, they're not just lights or something that's bottled to it, but they're actually there. Im kol zeh, l'hiyosam sham, when they're there, heim nechshavim kichelek bilti nifrad mimeno. They're considered a part of the mother. Kivan shekeshehem bekli hachachma heim ketipa b'mayach ha'av, because, like, just meaning when they're in the father's, when they're by the father, they're in the brain of the father, like a drop in the brain. Hakol b'seiches havlad, which includes the blood. V'chein bebina heim hayu ki'ibor havlad shehu b'mei ima. It's the example for that would be like a mother carrying a child. Shehi yechela l'savloi lisbo l'hachzik es havlad. She's able to carry the child, the baby. Umitam zeh hayakach b'kelim da'ava v'ima lisbo es ha'eresh v'nislav shu bohem.
Tell me the first word on the line. I lost the place. I had to move something around. Lost the place.
Sorry, lisvo.
Lisvol is, let's see.
A little more than halfway down.
Lisvol. Got it.
So lisvol es ha'eresh v'nislav shu bohem. That's why the Abba and Ima were able to hold the eres that were within them, even the extra eres. They were hidden and bottled to it. When the lights come out and they're separate entities, then the kalim are not able to hold them. This is the reason why the Keser, Chacham, and Bina, their kalim did not break. Because they're included in it and they're able to be there due to the aris, the aris of the Shalosh Rishonos' great value, I guess.
Okay. Which word was B'Telem, L'Erik, or L'Seichim, L'Gedolim? Okay, relatively speaking. Okay.
Right. The Kasher Hoyu Hashiva HaTachtonos Klulos B'mei Imam, when the 7 lower spheres, I'm moving into Zion, when the 7 lower spheres were in the stomach of the mother, of the Bina, Hayu Sham B'Bchinas Mayin Nukvin. They're a B'china of Mayin Nukvin, which is female waters. I think that's the literal translation.
Yeah, it means also that they're moving upwards. They're moving up. We're going to see this idea of Maim Nukvin a lot.
Okay.
And he's going to explain.
And they're Ma'irim Zivug Ha'elyon Shel Abba V'Imo. The female waters are Ma'ir, the connection, the Zivug of the Abba and Ima.
Okay, so the female waters are like the waters of need. It's like the water of missing something. That's the idea, is that you're missing, you need it. You need to get it. You need it from a higher place. So
right. Okay.
That's Maim Nukvin.
Omnam, B'tzeis Misham Hashiva HaTachtonos, when the 7 lower spheres, their lights came out of the Bina, Shehem Hashiva Malachim, Deretz Edom. These are the seven kings of the land of Edom, Shemesu, that they died. And they wanted to go into the Kalim underneath them, Lo Yachlu HaKalim L'Sevlam. The Kalim were not able to hold them, Umesu V'Nishbru Kameshan Asbar, and they died and they broke, like we shall explain. Okay, let's see the Tiv. Kasher Yotzu Mikli Habina, Shiva Ha'eres HaTachtonos, when the 7 lower lights came out of the Bina, Shehem HaNektraim, turn the page here, Shivas HaMalachim, Shemochu Be'eretz Edom. These are called the 7 kings that ruled in the land of Edom, Umesu, and they died. They were not hidden or hiding or contained within the great light above them. Mm-hmm. They were revealed. And it sounds like where the problem was. The reason for this is anything that was in the 3 upper spheres, which was Keser, Chachma, and Bina, they were hidden. Because the lower spheres are considered batal with regard, when considered against the great light of the 3 Rishonos. Ach b'sheva spheres hatachtonos, in the 7 lower spheres, kulam haim achim shavim zelazeh, they're like brothers equal to each other. Shari kulam hem b'nei Abba v'Ima. They're all children of the Abba v'Ima of Chachma and Bina. L'fikach lo yachlu ha'eres lihikolol zeh b'zeh. The lights could not be contained one within the other. Zeh garim shekasher ha'ar dekol echad misheva hatachtonos. That when this caused that when the lights of the lower 7 spheres nichnas le'eslavish b'klisha loy, they went to be clothed or contained within the kli of it, of the low, of whatever step we were up to. It did not have the ability even to contain itself. So not only could it not contain all the extra spheres, but it couldn't even contain itself. Even the lights below it, it definitely couldn't contain those. And then so the kli broke and it died, meaning it didn't have its ability to do its job anymore. Additionally, Reb Chaim or the Rav adds, Levar ki kasher hayu shivas habanim klum b'mei imam habina, when the 7 lower spheres were contained within the light of Bina, the kli of Bina, azayhim hayu malim mayim nukvin la'aba v'ima. They were raising up the mayim nukvin to Abba v'Ima b'chdei l'oram liyichud, to cause them to miyached each other. Like, okay, I guess you'll explain that a little bit more in a second.
Let me say this. Ki kasher koyer shivas habanim kolulim b'mei iman abina. Her light is very great. Azai hem koyer ma'alim man. Now, the question is what are they doing? They need fixing more. They need more. So they bring up man la'abba v'ima to abba v'ima kadei l'oralim liyichud. So what happens is that's the way it goes. Is that when the children need, the parents have to come together. And that come together in order to produce what they need. So that's what's happening. That's why it says that the Abba V'Ima, they make a Yichud Abba V'Ima. So the Yichud has really 2 effects. One effect is that it brings, like any Yichud between man and woman, it brings down Shefa. It produces something new. On the other hand, in order for it to do that, it has to I just got a call from somebody, so I just got distracted. It at the same time, it needs a source as well. So therefore, it goes up and up and up. One yichud leads to shefa coming down from it, and at the same time, it brings shefa from up above it in order for it to be able to be, have the tipa also. So to imagine that the tipa is in, let's say, if we imagine in Ak somehow, it comes out of Ak, it goes into Atik and Eric Anpin and all different kinds of stations that we'll get to, and finally, it reaches down below. But that has to come from the Roma Ma'alos. That's what it's called. Okay. Anyway, I went on too much.
Okay. No. Thank you. So the Uz. So I'm just going to go back to that sentence.
Yeah. Right.
First one is Azai. Azai heim hayu malin mayim nukvin or man la'aba v'imam b'chtei la'eram liyichud. So when the children were in the mother's stomach, they're creating this man, which is going to be yichud between the Abba v'Ima, between the Chachma and the Bina. V'az hayu Abba v'Ima imdim panim b'panim v'haya az riboy shefa v'kayach lisbol v'lamoid. And that yichud that was created when the Abba v'Ima are panim b'panim, are facing each other, so that allows containment or to be able to hold the lower lights. When they come out, the lower 7 spheres, they no longer are sending up Mayim Nukvin to Abba v'Ima. So v'az namdu Abba v'Ima ach ba'ach. So then the Abba v'Ima are facing back to back, not facing each other. V'isha nechsar mehem hala asman, because they don't have this Mayim Nukvin. V'loy hayo riboy shefa v'got. They don't have the riboy shefa anymore. V'garam l'sfiras hatachtonis sheyishbru playem, and that causes that the lower spheres should break. V'kamei shemevayer harav b'drush zeh barucha, like we'll see in great detail in this drush. Okay. Ches. U'lachein avar betchila seder shiva malachim ha'elu, and therefore meaning that because that's where the shira happens, I'm going to talk about these 7 kings that we spoke about. Kihine heim min hadas l'mata. They start from das and down. Behem, the 7 kings are as follows: Das, Das Aleph, Chesed Beis, Gura Gimel, Teferes Daled, Netzach v'Hoid, Heim Trei Palgi Degufa v'Heim Hey. So Netzach and Hoid are considered two sides of the body, and they're one thing. And V'Yesod Vav, and Malchus is Zion. And now he explains, Ki Netzach v'Hoid Nechshavim Kol Echad Chatzi Guf, Ubein Shneim Heim Efa B'Vad. They're only one king, really. Netzach and Hoid are only one, because they're just two. Each one is a half. So you put it together, you get one whole. Okay, now the Tiv explains. Hine, b'chol makayim matzinu shesheva hasiris hatachtonis hein. In all places we find the 7 lower spheres are usually counted as chesed, gvura, teferes, netzach, hoid, yesod, malchus. Ba'amnam, ba'ilum hanekudim, shivas hamalachim kolim es hadas imaim. The 7 kings count das as one of them, meaning we count that as one of the 7 kings. The Sidrum Hukach, Melech Harishan hu Hadas, Hamelech Hasheni hu Chesed, Hamelech Hashlishi hu Agvura, Hamelech Haravi hu Hateferes. I'm up on the top of the next column. Hamelech Hachamishi hu Netzach v'Hoid Yaakov, Hamelech Hashishi hu Yesod, and Hamelech Hashvi hu Malchus. V'atam sha Netzach v'Hoid nachshavim k'Melech Echad. The reason why Netzach and Hoid are considered one, hu mishum sha Netzach v'Hoid heim haraglayim. They are opposite the feet.
He didn't say they are. Wait a minute. He just said that they are the feet. They are the legs.
The legs.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I mean, feet or legs. It does the same thing. But okay. That's all. Go ahead.
Each foot does not stand on its own. Each one is considered half of a body. And having 2 feet, that's what allows you to stand. Okay, there's an important thing to talk about in this chachma, a big rule. Each world has 5 partsufim. Shehem arich is keser, Ava is chachma, Ima is bina, Ze'er anpin or Za is chagas nahai, chesed b'ur teferes netzach hoid yesod, and Nukte Ze'er anpin is called malchus. B'chol partzuf u'partzuf me'ela hachamisha partzufim, kolu me'esa spheres kolos. Each of these partzufim has its own 10 spheres. V'oifen shekol olam v'olam, kolu me'chamishim spheres kulos. Each olam has 5 partsufim, and each partsuf has 10 spheres, so you have a total of 50 spheres, complete spheres in each world. V'hine ba'olam hanekudim, in the world of Nekudim, yatsa arich, the parts of Shalem, kol me'eser spheres. The arich, which we said is the keser, that has a full partsuf of 10 spheres. V'chein partsufei ava ima, yatsu kol echad mehem, yeshu Shalem, each one of those has a full 10, like you said by Chachma and Bina. So you have a total of 50 spheres in 30 spheres in the first 3 in the Gimel Rishonos. Ba'amnam, a parts of RABBI, Shuzah, the 4th parts of Zerampin, Lo Yatza Kol Me'eser spheres, it did not have all 10. Ki'im, B'sheish spheres, it only has 6. Sheim Chesed Gvura Teferes Netzach Hoid Yesod Bilvad. But the Zah was missing its Keser Chachma and Bina. It only has 1 sphere in it. It's missing the 9 upper spheres. So the sphere of Zah is missing 3, and the sphere of Malchus, the parts of Zah is missing 3, and the parts of Malchus is missing 9. So there's a total lack of 12 here. So you have 37. 1 second, let me calculate that. 6 and 3. 6 and 1. So it's a total of 37, right? Okay. From its 50 spheres total. Shehem Shloshim spheres de Kachav. You have the 30 of Keser Chachma and Bina. Sheish Sfiras Dezah, plus 6 is 36. V'Sfira Achat Malchus is plus 1, so you have total 37. V'Shas HaTikun, and at the time of Tikun, Niskanu v'Nishlamu HaPartzufim, all the Partzufim become full. V'Zah Kibel Moichin Chadashim, V'Zah has new Moichin, new brains. V'chein HaMalchus Kibel Es HaTesha Sfiras Al-Yonis, Shari's HaChaser Mehem, the Malchus has the 9 upper ones. V'Eifin Shenishlahu Partzuf HaZah HaMalchus, so that you complete the Zah and the Malchus. Okay, I don't know, what does that have to do with this particular point, what he's making?
Okay, let's go back and let's see where I'm at. The Sfira Achaz and Malchus, we counted them. B'Shas HaTikun, the Sakna v'Nishla b'Partzufim. So when the Tikun comes, is that the Gar comes at the Zeranpin. The Zachav b'Kibel Mochin Chadashim. So he gets a Chabad. V'chein HaMalchus Kibdach b'Chasatesha Sfiras Al Yonis. Also, she's going to get those. This is the time of Tikun. She's going to get filled up. She's going to be complete. Shalosh Chaserim Mehem. So in the end, they're all going to have the 10 spheres it's supposed to have. Now we're going to see how that goes.
Okay. Vida, Tes. Vida, ki Elohim inyan hamalachim hanizkarim b'parshas Vayishlach ve'elah hamalachim asher mochu b'eretz Edom. This is the inyan of what we talk about in Parshas Vayishlach at the end, where it talks about the 7 kings, the kings of that were kings over Edom. So the Teves says, "B'seif Parshas Vayishlach nitzku shiva malachim malchei Edom shemochu umesu." We talk about the 7 kings that were kings and then they died. V'lachreim, and after that you have Malach HaMelech HaShmini Shaboy Lo Nizkar Misa. After that you have the 8th king who lived, who it doesn't say anything about Misa by him. The Shivas HaMalachim Shemesu, the 7 kings that did die, Meramzim L'Sheva Sfiras HaTachlenes Shenishbru B'Shviras HaKelim. It's a remez to the 7 kings that died with the Shviras HaKelim. Shehein, Das, Chesed, Gvura, Teves, and that's the Chayid is 1, and then Yisayid and Malchus. The Inyan Shviras HaKelim Yisbar L'Kavanot B'Prokim Shel-Fanenu. We'll talk about what the Shviras HaKelim was in the coming Prokim. V'Amelech HaShmi, Shalai Nizkar B'Misa, the 8th king that does not say Misa by him, Meramez al Eis HaTikun. It's talking about the time of Tikun. V'zeu Lashon HaPsukim Sham, and this is what the Psukim say there. Ve'elam Melach Ma'ashemochel B'Eretz Edom, L'fi Melach Melech L'Vnei Yisrael. V'yimlech B'Edom Bela ben Ba'ar, V'shem Shem Ira din Hava, V'yomas Bela, V'yimlech Tachtav Yevav ben Zerach B'Batzra, V'yomas Yevav, V'yimlech Tachtav Chusham Meretz HaTimani, Vayamos Chusham Vayimlech Tachtav Hadad ben Bedad Hamakes Midyan B'Stei Mayav B'Shem Irei Avis. Vayamos Hadad Vayimlech Tachtav Samla Mimasriko. Vayamos Samla Vayimlech Tachtav Shaul Mercheves Hanar. Vayamos Shaul Vayimlech Tachtav Balchonon ben Achbar. Vayamos Chonon ben Achbar Vayimlech Tachtav Hadad B'Shem Irei Po B'Shem Ishtay Mehitav El Bas Matre Bas Mezav Adkan. L'alon Yisbar Hech Kol Melech U'Melech U'Merames Keneged Echad Misheva Asiris Hanaskaris. How each one of these 7 kings connects with each of the spheres that are broken. V'zeu Praton. Yes, I'm starting in Yud.
Okay, good.
This is the specifics of each of those 7 kings. Bela ben Bar who said Hadas. Bela is considered the Das. Ukvar Haydaticha. And he already taught us, Ki Bilam hu Bela, K'maimer Chazal. Like Chazal says that Bela and Bilam were the same person. V'hu b'stei Hadas, and that comes from Das. Asher al Kain hu shokol be'umay Yisraelam K'mesha b'Yisrael. Bilam was considered equal among the nations, as a prophet among the nations, as much as Moshe Rabbeinu was a prophet for Klal Yisrael. L'fisha Moshe Rabbeinu Olav Shalom hu b'chinas Das ha'elyon, the Abba Shabazah. Moshe Rabbeinu was a bechina of the Das Elyon, the upper Das of Abba, that's within Zav. V'zeu inyan ve'yedea Das Elyon. That's the idea that Bilam, and now Bilam, that it says that Bilam was Yedea Das Elyon, is because Bilam had access to the same madriga as Moshe Rabbeinu. V'chein masha amru Chazal, in the Sifri, Chazal tells al pasuk v'lo kom navi oid b'Yisrael k'Moshe, and it says there, b'Yisrael that there was no Navi among the Jews like that, but there was a Navi like that among the nations. Like it says in other places. Okay, so let's see. Sheva Asiris Atachlenis Shnishburin Keneged Shivas Hamalachim and Iskarim B'Sei Pashas Vayishlach. Ukefisha Holich Harav Mufarad, and like the Rav is explaining. Utchila Maskaris Hamelach Harishon. First we talk about the first king Haniskar Batera Shehu Bela Ben Ba'er. Who Keneged Siris Hadas, and that's the first sphere that broke, which is the sphere of Das. Behine Dorsha Rabbi Seinu Zechem Levracha Shemot Melech Bela Hu Bilam Harasha. Bela and Bilam was the same person. Kiwan Shemelech Bela Hu B'Sfiras Hadas Shenishbru Kinisbar Lel. Like we said, that it was the Bela is remez to the sphere of Das which broke. Hu Bilam Gam Nemar B'Idea Das Elyon. By Bilam it also says the idea that he knew the Das Elyon. So you have this concept where HaKadosh Baruch Hu created somebody that was equal to Moshe Rabbeinu in the Bechina of Das. Lefikach Bilam Bechinas HaKlipa Shakal Keneged Moshe Rabbeinu B'tzad HaKdusha Shehu Bechinas Das Elyon Da'abad Shabazah. So where Bilam got his power from the Klipa, Moshe Rabbeinu got his power from the Kedusha of Abba Shabazah. That the Zah gets its mochin again in the time of Tikkun from Abba V'Ima. Because it receives the Chachma Bina and Das of Abba, that's why it's called Das Elyon. Whereas the Chabad that it gets from Ima, that the Zah gets from Ima, would be considered Das Tachtoin. V'zeu shomru Chazal, Pasuk v'leikom Navi Obi Yisrael Kamesha, Shemesha Rabbeinu Hoya Gadol HaNaviim, Daiko B'Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu was the greatest of prophets, specifically among the Jews. Ach B'tzad HaKlipa, on the other side, on the side of Klipa, Kom Navi Kamesha, there was a prophet like Moshe Rabbeinu, Shehu Bilam HaRasha, that's Bilam, Kivan Shahaya B'Seid Hadas de Klipa. Because he was the site of Das of Klipa. Okay, fascinating.
Okay, they pronounce that Kali usually.
Kali?
Kali.
And I think it's shorthand for Klipa, right?
Right.
I'm guessing they just don't want to say the word Klipa?
A lot of times like that, you see stuff like that. I'm just an observer also, just what I've seen. I've seen different pronunciations of Kali. Some say Kali. Well, I don't know, but that's what I've heard. Most people say Kali.
Interesting. Where does it come from? Like, is there a Masera to, not say certain words?
Yeah.
Like Zah and Kali? Like,
yes.
What's the rationale?
I really, they're hiding. There's a lot of hiddenness here. So what happens is like a guy came up to me, and when I used to learn in the Kollel with Harley, and he said, I can't understand a word you're saying. And that's the truth. It was hidden. It was made to be hidden like that. So they pronounce all the acrostics, all the combinations, all different kinds of things. And,
Right.
That's all I know. I don't know any other reason. Okay. Thanks for learning. You did a great job today. Thank you so much.
Until next week. Thank you so much.
Call tough.
Bye.
Wow. Mark, both happy birthday to Drew too. Okay, that's great. I don't know what that means. Give me a chance, man, to figure out what happened. Here we go. Shiki Hunt Martin. Okay.
Tiki Hats?
Yeah, Martin.
Yes, Senor Robert.
Yes, that's the Senor Robert. Have you been to my house before?
Sí, today the call about check the ticket today, maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours, okay?
Okay, yo no estoy allí.
No, okay.
No, yo vivo en otro lugar. Hay que pasar, tú sabes dónde está. Puedes ir por allí a ver lo que debe ser hecho.
Okay, yo paso por ahí y lo llamo para darle el precio. ¿Está bien?
Thank you very much.
Gracias a usted.
Bye bye.
Nos vemos. Gracias. Bye.
You talking to me? I got home before 9.
Wow, how'd you do that?
How'd I do that?
Yeah.
I just walked in the door. I had this kavrusa in the morning here.